friends, in today's video we are going to be sewing our block number 11 from our Pieceful basket sew along that we've been sewing for the past 11 months. So this is our block number 11, and let me show you what this block is going to look like. This is what our block is going to look like this month, and I'm going to show you a sample of what mine looks like. This is what my block looks like right here. It looks pretty simple, but that's an easier thing to say than to actually piece the block. So let me show you how I will be putting this block together step by step. And I'm going to show you my pieces cut out first, then we're going to sew the block. So let's do that. I have my pieces here all nice and ready to go. I did write out the letters on the fabric. It's going to erase with heat. I'm using friction pen to write my letters. This is our month number 11. So I have previous HST that were already cut, and they were already matched the color that it calls for today. And I also have this right here all ready to go from previous block. So I'm literally just recycling whatever fabric I have left at this point. So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and piece this block. So let's go ahead and sew. The first thing we are going to do for this block is to make our HST. We're going to take one of our background, and we're going to take one of our dark, and we're going to make our HST. I'm squaring it up to the size that it calls for, and you guys know that I use this nifty ruler. This ruler is all kinds of amazing. So what I'm going to do now is just trim it. I've trimmed it. I'm just going to cut down the middle and cut off the dog ear, and then trim off right there. Let me not say it's such an easy block, because you know what happened when I say it's easy? I flip a corner and mess up somewhere. So it is an attainable block. I'm just gonna press it. So now that I have it nice and pressed, it is right here. And it says we need to make 4. And remember, I have the recycled blocks already previously made, so I have all 4 of them right here. So what I'm gonna do right now is put it to the side. And our next step is to make another HST. So that is what I'm going to do now. I'm going to make another HST with our background. I have 2 made. So here's a third one. The instruction in the pattern said to make 4, but the block only calls for 3, and I already have 1 previously. So this is all I need right now. So I don't need to cut any extra fabrics. And that is completed. So what we are going to do is make our HST, the small HST that we need. I'm just gonna go ahead and make it ahead of time, because I'm gonna have to make it anyway. So why not just make all the HST at the same time, so when I am assembling the block, it's ready to go and I don't have to like stop and make it. I'll just explain the process. This is done. I'm just going to trim it. These are the teeny tiny HST that we needed, and I have it done and it's right there. The next thing we are going to do is take our HST that we just previously made. We are going to assemble them. So I'm just going to move this here so you can see better. I'm going to bring my HSTs that we've made, and I'm going to place our blue ones like that. And then I'm going to take the green piece and bring it like so. So we need 3 on top, and then we need 1 more over here. And then we need the green piece right here. And then we're going to take our solid color, and then we're going to take that, and then we're going to take our other green piece. We're going to put our other green piece like that, and then we'll have 1 extra again. This is what we have right now. What we're going to do now is take our supporting top and bottom, which is our strips. We're going to take one of our strips, we're going to put it on the bottom like that, and then we're going to take our other strip, we're going to put it on the side like that, and then we're going to assemble this middle part, and then we're going to move on to our next step. So what I'm going to do now is just assemble and sew our HST, and I want to double check to make sure that I have this going the right direction. What I'm doing now is just chain piecing these, and I'm going to do the bottom part. I'm going to hold on to the corner and making sure that it doesn't flip and flop on me. Then I'm going to sew. So the middle section is all nice and done right now. I still have this sides to attach on. So what I'm going to do is sew on the bottom strip, and then I'll sew on the strip that goes on the right. Here's the center of the block, all nice and completed. I'm just going to move it over here for now, and then I'm going to bring this over here. Now what I'm going to do is going ahead and take our background, and then I'm going to take our longer background and put it like this. And then I'm going to take our darker color, which is right here, and then take it like this, and then sew it on. We're going to take that HST that we made earlier. I'm going to put it right, like the shorter piece is going to go up this way. This is what they are going to look like when they're sewn on. So this is going to go like this. What I'm going to do to avoid messing up, I'm going to sew this one first because it's the one that has to be vertical. I'm going to piece this first. If you're sewing along with this, you will know what I'm talking about because it is so easy to mess it up. And I am going to press to the dark side. So when we put it vertical, it's going to go like this. And then my white fabric is going to go on this way. It's ready to go. I'm going to put it right there. So that will mitigate any kind of confusion. So now I have them all nice and completed. And then we have our darker color. We have it in short and we have it in long. So we're going to take this rectangle piece. We're going to sew it on. I'm just going to make sure that I have the right size to right side. And I'm going to piece. So essentially all we're doing is preparing our fabric ahead of. So it'll make the assembly a lot easier when it's time to assemble it. That's kind of what I'm doing right now. This is what our strips are going to look like right now. And then I'm going to put them right like that, and like that. And I'm going to bring this back. What we're going to do is take our shorter piece, put it on top here, and then put our longer piece and put it on top here. And we're going to sew on the top piece first. Then we're going to sew on the piece that goes on the left side. Now I'm just going to sew on this side right here. So next we are going to attach our dark color fabric to our piece that we've been sewing. So we're going to take our longer piece, we're going to put it on top, and we're going to take our shorter piece and we're going to put it on to the left. That's what we're going to do. So I'm going to sew the shorter piece first and I'll come back and sew the longer piece. Now what I'm doing is attaching this top piece right here. This is done and completed. Our next step is to take our A piece, which is right here, our big square piece, and we have two of them, but we're only going to sew on one. We're going to take our smaller square and we're going to sew onto the corner. So what I'm going to do now is trim, and so I have this right here sewn. And I'm going to save it because this is at least 5 inches. This is what it looks like, all nice and done. So what I'm going to do is bring this square that we've already made previously, put it on top. If you are a veteran to sew in this block of the month, you will know what I'm going to do. So I'm just going to cut. And with this one, what I learned was you are cutting straight diagonal, and at the end when we sew it, it's going to be bigger than what we need. So this is what our block is looking like right now, not sewn. So what I'm going to do now is just sew the corners on, press it, trim it, and then we are done. So here we are, our block number 11 is all done and completed. This is what it looks like, and I've trimmed it down. So this is a really big block. We have one more to go. My next step here is to start kind of like looking at the setting and how I want to put it together. So that's what I'm going to be doing now that we have one block left. That way it doesn't creep up on me. I am making 2 quilts, so I have my work cut out for me. Don't know why I did that, but you know, it is what it is. Block number 11 is done and under our belt. With that being said, friends, that's all I have for you today. Don't forget to subscribe down below, give me a thumbs up, and share this video with your friends. And I will love to see you in my next video. Bye.